Let us understand different modes of execution of Spark application within the cluster. The cluster will be managed, or the resources within the cluster will be managed by a resource manager. It could be Spark standalone resource manager, or a Mesos, or Hadoop Yarn. So irrespective of whatever the resource manager is, we will be having a master and n number of workers reporting to the master. So once the resource manager is established, all the resources will be managed by the resource manager, the master worker architecture. Whenever I submit an application, the driver or the Spark app master should get started, and that will be starting n number of worker tasks, and it will be assigning the work and consolidate and collect the result back. And Spark driver will be managing the Spark context object to share the data. And the way the application going to get executed within the cluster, it could be two different ways. One is the cluster mode and a client mode. Within cluster mode, the Spark driver or the Spark application master will get started in any one of the worker machine. So the client who is submitting this particular application can submit the application, and they will have the control and they can continue with the other work. So it works with the concept of fire and forget. The application will get executed within the cluster, and the resource manager will provision the resources, and job history server will record what is the status of that particular job. The same way, the application can get submitted into the cluster in another mode called client mode. In the client mode, the client who is submitting the Spark application will start the driver, and it will maintain the Spark context. So till that particular job gets over, the management of the task will be done by the driver, and the Spark client should be in touch with the cluster, and they have to be online till the completion of that particular job. Here the Spark client can keep getting the information in terms of what are all the status and what change is happening. And in case if I want to keep monitoring the status of that particular job, I can submit the job in the client mode. And if the job going to happen for huge duration or for a long time, and I don't need to wait for the result, then I can submit the job using the cluster mode. So once it is submitted, the client doesn't need to be online. So in a summary, the Spark application can be submitted in two different ways. One is the cluster mode, and the other one is the client mode. In cluster mode, the Spark context will get started within the cluster in any one worker, and client can fire the job and forget about it. In client mode, the driver will get started within the client, and it has to be online, in touch with the cluster, and manage all the tasks, because the driver going to be there within the client.